Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine and good. So today we are going to start a new chapter of class 9 biology science, that is the fundamental unit of life, cell. Okay. So before starting the chapter, I want to ask you one question that I have written already on the board. What are living beings made up of? You know the living beings. Have you any idea about the living things and non-living things? Already you have studied in your lower classes, right? So basically, if we will tell in a very normal way, that is the living beings or living things are those who are alive. Okay, those who are alive, those who can eat, those who can move, those who can run, those who can inhale air, those who can respire. If we come to the biological terms, we can say the living things are those who can respire, who can create, who can move, who can eat. Okay, the basic processes of a living being are, okay, general characteristics of a living being, you have heard about that, right? They respond to stimulus, so they are living beings, and those who don't have these characteristics, they are non-living things, right? But in the higher classes, you will learn about the definite and indefinite properties also. So for this case, I am asking you just one question, that what are living beings made up of? Means whoever is living. The living beings are us, the living beings are the plants around us, the living beings are the organisms which have life, right? So what are these made up of? Okay, so consider one example. Okay, understand by one example. Suppose a living being is there, so for doing the processes of life, right, for eating, for converting that food into the molecules, soluble molecules, that you will have some things, right? For doing some work, we have some machine, some tools, something by the help of which we can do our work, right? So like this in our body, we must have something to do all these activities. We know that we are doing these activities. We are moving, we are running, we are eating, we are excreting, we are respirating. Everything is going on, but who is doing these things? Okay, so in our body there are cells. Our whole body is made up of cells. The human body consists of millions of trillions of cells. Okay, so the answer of this question is, what are living beings made up of? Living beings are made up of cells. Okay, so now we can say that cell is the basic unit of life. Without cell, life is not possible. Okay, so we can say here cell is the basic unit of life, and we can say in the other way that cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Okay, now what is mean by structural and what is mean by functional? How can you can say it is a structural unit? How you can say it is functional unit? Structure means cells make the structure of your body. Okay, different types of cells are present and they have different shapes for different functions. Okay, so different cells are present for different functions and they have different shapes and they provide a structure to your body. That's why they are the structural unit also. And the functional unit means all the processes in the body are happening because of the cells. So that's why they are the functional unit of life. Okay, can come like in the competitive exams, it came like from which language it is, like Latin, German or whatever it is. But as I am teaching according to the class 9, but it is also important. The word cell is derived from Latin word, that is a Latin word. What is the Latin word here? Cellula. This is cellular, okay? C-E-L-L-U-L-A, cellular. So the word cell is derived from a Latin word cellular, which means a little room, okay? So cellular means a little room, that's why the word cell is given to this part, okay? Understand? So this it is clear. So now I will explain you about something like I told you I will explain you this thing. Suppose you are building a house for you, okay? You are building a home for you. So the basic thing for building a home is brick. Without brick, I think you can't prepare a home. That is the fundamental unit. Okay? Then the brick, when you will combine the bricks, they will form a wall. They will form a wall. When you will combine the bricks, you can form a wall. After combining all the walls, you can make a room. Fine. After combining all the walls, you can make a room. And finally, when the rooms are prepared, or when the rooms are manufactured, then you can say, I have built a housewarming. Right? This is an easy process. This you are very aware of it. Okay. So like this, I want to understand you about the cell. So what is the thing that our body is like a house. Okay. So first of all, in our body is made up of cell. So the bricks here and here cell, they are the fundamental units. They are the building blocks. Okay. They are the foundations. So after cell will combine. Different cells will combine to form a tissue. They will form a tissue. This is very important. Cell will combine to form a tissue. After tissue, they will form an organ. And after organ, different organs combine to form an organ system. Okay. And the organ system, after that, they will make human body. Right? Such as you know about the excretory system. In the excretory system, you have which organ? You have kidneys, you have ureter, you have urinary bladder. So like this. Okay, these are the organs. And tissues which are the combination of cell. So if you want to understand, you can understand with the help of this: brick, wall, room, house. Got it? Then in our body, cell, basic unit, fundamental unit, tissue, organ system and body. Got it? So different organs will make the organ system and the organ system will make the human body. In your body, you know, you have digestive system for digestion. For different process, you have different systems, right? Respiratory system for respiration, excretory system, okay? So different circulatory system. So there are organs, tissues and cells. So tissue is the group of cell is known as a tissue. Fine. Cell biology. Okay. Study of cell is known as cell biology, or you can say cytology. Actually, in biological term, we will use the cyto word in case of the cell. Okay. So no need to confuse. Cell biology or the cytology is the study of the cell. Next, we will move to the very basic thing we will complete in this lecture only: unicellular and multicellular organisms, right? Unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. So what are unicellular organisms? Here uni means one. Uni means one. Cellular means cell. So it means one cell. The organisms who are made up of one cell only, they are known as unicellular organisms. Okay. So now multicellular. Multi means many, cellular means cell. So the organisms who are made up of many number of cells, they are known as multicellular organisms. Okay. So basically here unicellular, I am not writing the definition here, I am just discussing it. You can write it if you want. Unicellular, the organisms which are made up of a single cell, and in this single cell is responsible for all the activities or all the process, whatever the organism need for living. These type of organisms are unicellular organisms. Okay. Multicellular organisms, the organisms which are made up of many types of cell, in which each cell has different function for the different process. Okay. So generally in the unicellular organism, they have a very short lifespan. Okay. They will not live for like a longer period of time. Okay. But multicellular organisms have a very large lifespan. They can live longer as compared to the unicellular organisms. Understand? Here I am writing the example unicellular organisms. I am writing here the page no space. Unicellular organisms, in that amoeba will come. Amoeba, paramecium, and you can write bacteria, etc. Whatever you want. Means those who are Euglena, unicellular organisms, in which the organism consists of only one cell. Got it? Multicellular organisms, multicellular organisms, fungi, plants and animal, or plant and animal kingdom both will come. all the organisms which are under the plant kingdom and animal kingdom, they will come under the multicellular and fungi also. Okay, so here bacteria, amoeba, paramecium, eubina, they are unicellular. I think the difference is clear. Based on the number of cells, the organisms are classified into two categories, that is unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Okay, so the organisms, I told you uni means one, so you can understand this with the help of this. Uni one. So the organism made up of only single cell, they are known as unicellular. And the organism which are made up of many cells, they are known as multicellular. In the unicellular organism, single cell will be responsible for doing all the processes, and in the multicellular organism, different cells are there for specific functions. Okay, so like this, they have a short lifespan and they have a longer lifespan. So this is the difference between unicellular and multicellular organisms. And the examples already I have discussed: amoeba, paramecium, bacteria, eubina, they all are unicellular organisms. Okay, multicellular, fungi, plants and animals all came under the multicellular organisms. So, sorry. So this is all for today in this lecture. Next lecture I will start with the discovery of cell. Okay, and after that we will move to the types of cells, shape of cell, size of cell, and then we will move under the components of cell like plasma membrane, whatever it is. I will cover all topics, whatever is in your book, okay, and which are important. So you have to just understand. If you will understand, you can write your own answers also. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day.